So, autism overloads can cause stress. I'm talking about everything to do with that right now. Don't go anywhere. Let's do it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos all about this kind of stuff. So if you're new around here and you want to learn more, remember to hit the subscribe button by clicking that notification bell. And if you're watching on Facebook and Instagram, make sure to follow this page for daily videos. Hey guys, so overloads and autism, what is going on? What is it all about? So I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a video talking about stress that's related to overloads. Now, autism overloads happen to pretty much every autistic person, and it's kind of because the world of an autistic person is very chaotic. Autistic people have a lot of kind of sensory issues. They have a lot of kind of input from lights and sounds and smells and textures and tastes and world things. All of those things can build up, and it's kind of like buckaroo. You know, you can lay so many things on the donkey before it kicks back. So it's kind of like all of this input can become too much at times for some people, and especially autistic people who are finding these senses quite overwhelming in a neurotypical world. Now, when you have an overload, it's a bad thing. You know, an overload can cause all kinds of things, like a meltdown, and it could cause like a shutdown and a burnout, and these have kind of like a mental health impact at that moment in time too, where the person is feeling kind of like disassociated with the world around them, or that situation, or something to do with daily life has just gone amiss because now they're faced with, oh, well, I was doing okay and then I had an overload and now I'm just feeling really super down. But the longer, bigger picture here and the long-lasting effect is the stress. Now, where does stress fit into autism overloads? Now, stress comes in because stress is a byproduct, because you know that potentially this overload can happen again, because overloads happen because you're in environments of neurotypical worlds. Now, you are in a neurotypical world and you are going to come across all of these things that are happening. Now, when you have an environment where, say you go to the supermarket, every time you go to the supermarket, you hear noises and sounds and trolleys and people, and that causes you to have an overload. You know that you have to go to the supermarket to get groceries pretty much every week or every few days or whatever you do. So that in itself knows that it's going to be stressful. Now, stress is a very difficult thing to overcome. Like, how do you combat stress? Now, stress only stays because you are wound up. Now, if you can calm yourself down, if you can become more relaxed in a situation or more relaxed in your day-to-day, then the stress will kind of dissipate. So even though you will have stresses, and stress will happen because, oh, I know that, you know, I've got to go to the grocery store next week and I've got to do blah, 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 those stresses will kind of calm down. Now, you know, you may be a parent or an autistic person yourself when you're watching this, so this is me just kind of airing out how it typically is for an autistic person, because, you know, FYI, that's what my channel's about. Oh, if you haven't already downloaded my life hacks book for autism, you can do it at autismhacks.net right now, completely free. Remember to do that. So there are so many different ways that people can de-stress, right? So for instance, I like using my virtual reality headset for Oculus, and I do some meditation stuff in there, meditation apps, or I play games, or like I'll go for a walk, or I'll run, or I'll study something, you know, my special interest. But the most interesting thing is I found that when you do, you know, take steps to reduce stress or to increase calm in your life, stress dissipates, and then the overload isn't as bad because there isn't a long-lasting effect. It's short spurts that happen at that time, but there's no long-lasting effect. Now, Brillia is awesome. Now, Brillia is a company who creates a homeopathic medication which is just absolutely fantastic. Now, I've been working with Brillia for about 6 months or so now, and Brillia are amazing. Now, they have two types of product. They have Brillia for adults and they have Brillia for children, and both of these are amazing. And I'm telling you this because I use Brillia to help me de-stress, and Brillia have kindly sponsored this video, so thank you, Brillia, for doing that. Now, Brillia helps improve concentration and attention, reduces feelings of, and this is interesting, anxiety and stress, restlessness, irritability, and impulsivity. Now, there's no nasties in it. This is non-habit forming, but I would say, you know, consult with your doctor before taking anything, even if it's homeopathic. One thing I do like about Brillia is that it's completely natural. There's no nasties in it. It's completely harmless. You can't get addicted to it. But I would say that you need to take it for about 2 or 3 weeks to start finding the effect. It's basically a small tray of these little tiny little tabs that you just pop one out, and then you put it on your tongue and it kind of dissolves. You can take like, 3 or 4 of these a day, and it just helps offset. Now, why I find this so powerful is because maybe you haven't got time to, do meditation. Maybe you haven't got time to do Tai Chi. Maybe, all your time is dedicated to work or your children or your life or your schoolwork or whatever. So having something like Brillia, which is like a non-nasty, more natural, herbally type of homeopathic medication where you can just pop one of these in, a couple of times a day, and it helps you feel more relaxed in the long run. This is going to help you calm down, be de-stressed, and really feel just more at ease with stuff. Now, Brillia are awesome. They've given me a 15% discount for you guys, so you can click the link in the description down below to get 15% off, which is ASPI15. And if you're listening over on the podcast, you can also go to discoverbrillia.com and use the code ASPI15 to get 15% off, which is super cool. But I highly recommend checking them out. Like I said, they have them for children as well, which is super, super dope. Now, I'd like to know, what are some of your tactics and tips for kind of overcoming overloads or helping de-stress and calm yourself? If you have something to add, pop it in a comment down below. I'd love to read it. I read every single comment, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.